And I think we're recording. Hey there folks, Uncle Troy here, recording this with my Nvidia Shield tablet. And you may say, why Nvidia Shield tablet, Troy? Aren't you a Kindle guy? Aren't you always talking about your Amazon Kindle this, Amazon Kindle Fire that, HD this? And yeah, but it broke. So I had to get a new one. Long story short, and yeah, if you've ever heard one of my stories. One of my subscribers was kind enough to donate an Amazon Kindle. He wasn't using it anymore. He went to iPads, and his wife had a newer version, so he gave the Kindle to me, and I liked it, but it was a little limited. It was an older model, not a lot of memory, not a lot of storage. So I immediately ran out and bought the latest, greatest Amazon Kindle, and then a month later they came out with a new one. But I used it for a while, got it set up kind of the way I liked it, and used it to record several of these video log entries. And then I went to use it one day, and it wouldn't turn on. It was just dead as a doornail. Brick. Paperweight, whatever you want to call it. So I went looking for a replacement, and eventually stumbled upon the Nvidia Shield tablet. And it's the newer model Nvidia Shield Tegra K1. It replaces the old model that was recalled because it set things on fire. And I don't mean it got a little warm and people complained it was uncomfortable. I mean it literally caught fire. So they recalled that, replaced it with this one, and this one's kind of hard to find. There are rumors that it's discontinued and it's out of stock a lot, and then it'll come back into stock. The people working at Nvidia say, no, we're still manufacturing them. You're just having trouble finding them. Keep trying. And they're also saying, no, we're not going to come out with a new model next month, so keep buying these. So we shall see. But anyway, so the Kindle quit working. I ordered the Nvidia Shield, and because it was a newer model, the first model, came with, a charging port and a cover and a stylus and this, that, and the other thing. And the newer model did not, because I guess they assumed everybody that bought the newer model would have all that stuff from a previous model, or would have all that stuff from a different type of tablet that was all, compatible. They all have pretty much the same plugs these days. So I went to my Kindle and unplugged it to make sure that the power cord and adapter would work with the Nvidia Shield. And as soon as I unplugged the Kindle started working again. So now I have a Kindle I don't need, and I've already talked to one of my brothers about it to see if he needs it. But so I'm trying out the new Shield. I meant to get a newer Kindle anyway, because there were some things the old Kindle couldn't do. Some programs I wanted to install that the Kindle had an older version of the Android operating system, so I was going to get a newer one. Well, then I found out the Nvidia Shield tablet had Android version 4, upgrade to Android version 5, I think even to Android version 6, I'm not sure. I just know that as soon as I plugged it in, it started offering to upgrade to newer versions of Android, and that was good enough for me. So I've already installed several things, including some programs that I specifically wanted to run on the old Kindle that it wouldn't. Including one that I was a beta tester on. Actually, I was an alpha tester, and about the time they went to beta is when the minimum required Android version went up. So from then on, all my beta reports basically said was, like your last 3 versions, I can't run this version because my Android is too old. But anyway, the Nvidia is a company that makes graphics cards, and part of what turned me on to the Shield tablet was that I recently got a new Nvidia GTX 980 Ti, which is actually last year's, super great, wonderful video card. They're up to like the 1080s now. But it included some features, including a hardware video encoder that was meant for streaming video game footage to a tablet or portable device that Nvidia also made. So that got me interested in checking it out. And basically you run your video game on your computer, and then from somewhere else in the house using the Wi-Fi, you control the computer and watch it from your tablet. So basically it's like having a full-blown $1,000, $1,500 gaming computer that you can carry around with you. And that's pretty neat, and I've got to work on exactly one game so far, and it made me motion sickness because I was controlling it with a controller instead of a keyboard and mouse game controller, and that caused me to sidestep and step funny and turn weird, and it gave me motion sickness. Same as when I watch my nephew play his Counter-Strike games and whatnot. Apparently I'm just used to just going a certain way. Anyway, but it also has its own games made for the Nvidia Shield, and it has pretty much any Android-based game will play. So all you people with your smartphones and whatnot that can play a game. And it's more than just Candy Crush. I was surprised at how many arcade games, role-playing games, etc. are available. So I'm just having a lot of fun. I've bought some accessories, a controller, little stylus, little writing instrument because my big fat fingers have trouble hitting some of the little bitty buttons. I've watched quite a bit of videos. I'm thinking of joining Netflix or Hulu so I can watch more videos, because out of the box the Nvidia Shield does not watch Amazon Prime videos. I'm working on that. There's supposedly ways around that, but I know people on Amazon were complaining that Amazon sells this device and then doesn't let you use it with Amazon products. But apparently they want you to buy a Kindle Fire HD or something like that. I've got the older, well, I've got a Kindle Fire HD. I think now they're HDXs or something. But that was the other problem, the reason I didn't go Kindle. It seemed like every time I bought a Kindle or got a Kindle, a new one came out. And so this Nvidia tablet is a couple of years old by this point, although they're still making them, they say. But it's been around long enough that if you go online and you read that, well, it doesn't support this, or this messes it up, or I tried this and it still doesn't work, odds are that's been rectified, because most of the things they complained about I haven't had any problems with. I think I got the 2 gigabyte RAM model. I think it's got 16 or 32 gigabytes of storage. That doesn't matter because I immediately plugged a 128 gigabyte SD card into it and reformatted that as main memory. One of the things with tablets is it's got its own internal memory, and then you plug in an SD card and it's got external memory. And some applications won't install on the external memory, or you can't load certain files from external memory. This thing lets you reformat the SD card so the device sees it as internal memory. Internal storage, I should say. I always get memory and storage mixed up, and then other people get memory and storage mixed up, and it always pisses me off that they get memory and storage mixed up, and then I turn around and I do the exact same thing. Pros and cons. Pros, very good HD display. Every video, every program I've seen on it has been very, very good. Wi-Fi is good all through the house. Of course, that's probably because I've got a very big, I think I call it alien robot spider router, because it's hanging up in the ceiling rafters with its antennas and all its wires. But very good Wi-Fi reception. In fact, on this drive, it's offered to connect me to several Wi-Fi hotspots as I drive by. So, playing. Very good color, very good brightness on the screen. In fact, unless I'm outside like I am now, I turn the brightness down almost as low as it'll go, and it's still plenty bright. And it seems very powerful. Every program I've run at it has run very well, very smoothly, especially the games. But of course, it's made by a company that makes gaming graphics cards, so naturally that would be expected. The cons. These things are very hard to find, because even though Nvidia says they're still making them, every place you go says, oh, we're out of stock, or they'll be back in stock next week, go ahead and pre-order now. And if my eyes just glazed over, it's because my driver has been cutting in and out of traffic, getting us where we need to be on time. And he does a very good job driving. It's just that this isn't the Indianapolis 500. So the cons, the battery life isn't what it could be. Some people blame that on the latest version of the Android OS it's running. I think for watching videos and playing games and doing some other stuff like I'm doing, the 5 hours of battery life I'm getting is pretty good, but other people are complaining that it's not 10 or 12 like the new Kindles. Also, a few programs I've tried to run, or apps that I've tried to download, wouldn't download, especially since I had it all set up, hooked up to the main big TV in the house and was showing off all the great, wonderful things, and tried to download an app. It said, sorry, I can't download that. Right in front of the whole family, embarrassed me. And the solution to that, after trying about 10 different things, was turn it off, count to 10, turn it back on. That was the solution, which should have been the first thing I tried. The other thing is when you connect it to a computer with the USB port, it shows as a USB mass storage device, just like a Kindle or any other tablet, smartphone I've plugged in, until you start copying files, and then suddenly Windows says the device is not responding, like it's been turned off or disconnected. And I haven't figured out how to fix that yet, but one of the first things I got from my Kindle, because I hated having to unplug it from the charger to plug it into the computer to transfer files, because it would immediately complain that it wasn't getting enough voltage or amperage from the USB port of the computer to charge it. So, and then I would forget to plug it back into the charger, and so I'd go to use the Kindle later and it'd be half discharged. So the first thing I did was found a program that let me transfer files wirelessly over the Wi-Fi. And so, once I remembered, oh wait, that's what I used to do, then I went out and got the same program, installed it on the Shield, and now I can transfer files wirelessly, so who cares if it doesn't work. But the main problem with the Shield is it's a couple of years old now. There was rumors of a newer model which they've nixed, and supposedly it's discontinued, but also supposedly they're still making them, and they're just hard to find. The latest rumor is the reason why they didn't come out with a newer model, and the reason why they are so hard to find, is that Nintendo has hired Nvidia to make Nintendo's next version of a portable gaming system. Nintendo's going to come out with a portable gaming system or a portable gaming tablet, and they're going to be using Nvidia's technology, the same technology went into this tablet, to do their gaming system, and they don't want the competition. And so they've told Nvidia, if you want the contract to make our new gaming consoles, you won't make a new competitor for it. So that's the crazy wild rumor anyway. But less than a week using this thing, I purely love it, and other people have done much better videos than me about it, so feel free to do a quick search. There's a guy named Barnacles that has a show called Nerdgasm. He did the portable gaming version of this one, which is like the tablet with a built-in gaming controller, and he covered the whole thing a lot better than I did, so I'll put a link to his video in the description below, I hope, if I remember. Okay, well, I'm about where I'm going, and I'm tired of talking now, so this is also a test to see how well the camera and microphone works on this thing. So Uncle Troy signing out. Please have a good night, and boop.